Good morning, welcome everyone to a new day. Um, it's March 13th, I think. Yep. Um, I just want to say, I want to go on the record here. This is my favorite fork. It's very nice. Like, look at that central fork. It's got like a little circle in there. I like it. You know what that looks like is in Metal Gear Solid 3 when Snake does his like crazy CQC with his like fork after you get out of prison. That's what it reminds me of. So I'm eating shake and bake chicken with Jack Daniel's barbecue sauce. I'm curious. I've always been a little curious in this sauce, and I was like, I'm gonna try this thing out. So here's our initial taste test. Tastes just like normal barbecue sauce. It's like it's like a thick barbecue sauce. It's good. It's my preferred barbecue sauce. Leave it at that. Um, there's so much to talk about. Do I want to talk about the thing that's been on my mind the most? Do I want to talk about things that are like pissing me off? Do I want to talk about Plants vs Zombies and give it like a review? Let's do a mini, like a fucking every update. So first things first, we got the most important thing. I love my girlfriend, Angelique. Angelique. How would you say that if you were like super fucking foreign? Angelique. Angelique. I don't know. You'd say some weird way. She's fucking awesome though, dude. Like no lie. Like I'm not trying to lie. Okay, believe me, I'm not. She's fucking good. Oh boy, she's good. So there's that. As for moving in, we're painting right now, and that's going on pretty good, I guess. It's taken me forever, longer than I thought it would be to paint something. It's quite long. We've got that going on. The water works, but the faucets need to be replaced. So we're replacing the faucets. That should be good to go. We've got that, and then we've got what do we got? Okay, Bravely Default. We'll start with. I'm over 50 hours in the game. I'm on chapter 5. They just kind of did like a weird plot twist thing that kind of opens up gameplay to multiple endings. So I guess technically, if I really wanted to, I could skip to one of the later like chapters in the game. There's I think 7 chapters. They're kind of very open chapters though. Like I don't want to spoil the game because I didn't see this part coming, but I got it spoiled to me a little bit. So let's just say that there's a point in the game where you can redo things that you've done before, and different outcomes happen, and that can lead to different endings. So yeah, all right. I'm liking it though. Yeah, I'm still liking it. It's still a really good RPG. If you are into like that turn-based like classic JRPG like Final Fantasy where like you basically get really good at like random encounters, and then you fight mobs, you know their weaknesses, you know how to use it. You basically grind until you run out of MP, then you leave there, you go to the inn, you rest, you go back, stuff like that. If you like that kind of the gameplay and it appeals to you, you can do that. It's good. Um, and there's a lot of things in there. Like it's got really good features for like something traditional. Like for example, if you kill all the monsters in like with one attack, you get an award. You get like more experience. If you kill all the enemies in one turn, you get even more like certain amount of something. And if you did it without getting hit, you get another bonus. Basically, you get more experience, more money, and more job points, and that's awesome. You know. So we've got that going on. I like that ability. A lot of the main unique features in this game are very gimmicky. For example, you've got the Bravely Second feature, which is where you hit back or start when combat happens, and then you basically can do it pauses gameplay like completely. It says pick your character, you pick your character, and then you can do because you can basically do 4 commands per turn. It lets you pick any 4 commands, and you can do those 4 commands regardless of how many points it would consume. So like my Dragoon, for example, has a move called Judgment, where it does double damage, and it takes up 2 BP, which is battle points. Normally, the only way you could do... You're basically only allowed to do 4 battle points per turn. Anything that takes more than 4 battle points doesn't work. So what happens is, you go into Bravely Second, you do 4 different judgments, and then that basically leaves you with, 2, 4, 6, 8. So it leaves you with 8, like negative 8 BP, which takes 8 hours for a BP to recharge. So, or not a BP, a Bravely Second. What are they called? Second points, I think. 2 points, second points. I don't know. Basically, every 8 hours you get these points, and you need these points in order to do Bravely Second. And so it's like I basically use Bravely Second once it's fully recharged on like a really hard boss. If I'm having like a lot of trouble, then I'll do that. Ever since I switched the game to easy mode, I haven't had any trouble. Or no, I have. When you're fighting the dragons to get the keystones, I actually had some trouble on that. The poison dragon, that guy kicked my ass. That's pretty fun. As for Plants vs Zombies, I kind of want to review this game, but at the same time I kind of don't. Because I've got some things to say about the game, but at the same time there's not that much to say. Fuck it, let's just make this a few minute little review. Alright man, welcome to Plants vs Zombies. Hey, you're new here, are ya? No, you're not. You've probably seen it around. You're like, Plants vs Zombies? That's a known name. It's good. Plants vs Zombies, I want to show you the case. Where's it? It's not up there. I don't know where it is. Alright. Plants vs Zombie before was a top-down tower defense games, okay? So, over here, you've got your plants. Over here, you got your zombies. Your zombies are trying to get to your front base. You build plants out of sun energy. You collect sun energy, and then you plant flowers to shoot at the zombies that are coming from this way, okay? So, it's basic tower defense. It's usually like 5 lanes of zombies coming at you, and you've got to basically build plants in each of these lanes to fight the zombies away. And they basically build up this catalog of unique zombies and unique flowers. You know, you have an ice flower, you've got a fire flower, you've got a fucking sunflower, you got a fucking I don't know, a big muncher like Venusaur, not a Venusaur, a Venus flytrap. You've got like fucking something else. And then the zombies, you know, you've got your classic zombie, you've got your zombie with a fence, like a screen door as a shield, you've got your engineer zombie, you've got your like magic zombie, you've got all these different zombies. So what they did is they took a third-person shooter similar to, I guess, like Battlefield, you'd say, or something like that, and they made it into a almost all online experience. If you want to truly play this game, it's all online. Yeah. There's 2 modes. There's Garden Ops, and then there's multiplayer. Garden Ops is basically just standard tower defense. You have 3 points on a map. You pick a garden. You defend it for 10 waves, and you can pick between 4 different difficulties: easy, normal, hard, and nightmare. It's pretty basic. In that mode, you basically just fight waves of zombies. You survive. Then you have to run to a what's it called when you in exfiltration point? You get into like a helicopter and you go. Now, normal Plants vs Zombies mode, like it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. Now the actual PvZ, which is like what the multiplayers call like the like plant team versus the zombie team, like actual players. There's two modes. There's a conquest type mode, and then there's also a team deathmatch mode. My only complaint with team deathmatch is the matches feel very short. It's first to 50, but these matches last usually less than 5 minutes, which to some isn't a bad thing. But I wish there was kind of like a veto system, maybe. I would really like to be able to play like a match to 100. Some of these challenges, because basically there's 4 flowers, right? This opens. Oh my god, this review is gonna be a little longer than I wanted. Sorry. Um, in order to fully explain what I mean by this, I have to explain how the character system works. Each team has 4 characters. You have on the plant team, you have the pea shooter, you have the cactus, you have the sunflower, and then you have the chomper. Yeah, you have the chomper. Okay. And then on the zombie team, you have like a soldier, you have an engineer, you have a scientist, and then you have a football player. Now, each of these 4 characters, you unlock essentially trading cards. You get booster packs, and each booster pack gives you different things. One could give you consumable items, which would be like towers for garden ops. It could be instant challenge completion, where you'd get like 3 of these little like basically free passes that would let you skip like a bullshit challenge. Get 10 headshots on a guy in order to complete this challenge. That's a hard challenge. That's gonna take you a while. So if you hit this button, boom, it gets rid of that challenge. It's awesome. There's that, and then there's like they're just basic consumables. You have things like that, and then you have character customizable items. So like, let's say you wanted to give your sunflower goggles, you could do that. Let's say you wanted to give your zombie soldier a fucking afro, you could do that. Those are customizable items, and then you have character items. This is where the game gets interesting. From what I understand, they don't affect too much. Like, each character has 3 abilities. Well, what these things do is it sort of changes their primary weapon or something. My friend has a sunflower that shoots, which my sunflower shoots an SMG. He has a like ultra sunflower or super sunflower, and it shoots a semi-auto primary weapon. And like I said, mine has a submachine gun, so this alters how the game is played. And then my other friend has a chomper, which normally it's a melee class. It has a flamethrower for a mouth instead. So I haven't unlocked any other characters besides I have an ice pea shooter, which I didn't notice any gameplay difference with that. But I have seen I have fought other characters that are different. So that opens up a lot of interesting ideas. From what I understand, each character there's like 4 or 5 character types for that character. So it's sort of like almost like a different weapon or something. It's a really interesting idea, and it definitely opens up more replayability. Right now, where the game stands, in order to get those booster packs I mentioned, you need to get plant coins, I think they're called, or PVZ coins or something like that. And you basically average 3,000 per team deathmatch, 6 to 15,000 in a garden ops match. The booster packs vary. There's like $1,000 one which is just consumable items, but somebody told me that you can unlock character items in there too. And then you've got one that gives you really good consumable items and the chance at like a character item. Then there's like customizable packs. Then there's character packs. And it basically goes from 1,000 points to 5,000 points to 10,000 to 20,000 to 40,000. 40,000 is where you're guaranteed a new character. And that's what I've been saving up and buying those ones. I like it. Honestly, this is probably one of the most beautiful games I've seen this generation, the new generation, on Xbox One and PS4. It looks really good. Very, very bright and vibrant. I like it. Particle effects are fucking amazing. Look at that sunflower. That is a good sunflower. There's no story, obviously, so you can't say that. Gameplay and music, to me, there's not much music either, but I'm still giving the music a 1 out of 1, and gameplay gets a 1 out of 1. So out of I'm not gonna knock this game because it doesn't have a story. It's a multiplayer only game. That's not to be so. Yeah, I give the game 2 out of 2 because I just get the fuck out of here. Story, you're not a part of this review, and that's that. Plants vs Zombies, man. It's not a perfect game, but I don't know how to feel about this. It's not a perfect game, but I just gave it like a perfect score. That doesn't mean it's like I say like it's a perfect game, I guess. I don't know. I'm confusing myself here. Okay, it's a really good game. If you're really into multiplayer shooters, definitely try it out. Which, I don't think there's a demo, so you can't really try it out. So hey, if you like multiplayer games, definitely buy it. And like if you're bored with the Xbox One, definitely, man. It's definitely a solid game to pick up. If you like tower defense even more so. Or Battlefield, do it.